I'm Rugby from Nekota and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Ken Goodler and I'm from Australia, but I'm part Fijian from Rugby, and I love listening to Today FM Rocks.
For the best music and less talk, we tune into Today FM in National Village. Today FM rocks.
My name is Inai Ali and I'm from Ba, and I love the big breakfast on Today FM. I just love it and hope you love it too.
My name is Jay from Lambasa. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Naushin and I'm from Sambeto, and I love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Good evening, I'm Amrita Priyadarshini and this is FBC News. Tonight, Fiji Roads Authority breaks silence on contractual dispute with MWH. Consumer Council warns against fake therapists. And negotiations on for direct Fiji to China flight. The Fiji Roads Authority's dispute with MWH is not about non-payment, says FRA Chief Executive John Hutchinson. The clarification came in the form of a statement this afternoon. Rachel Nath reports.
In a statement released this afternoon, Hutchinson says, while the FRA does not discuss commercial or contractual matters with anyone other than parties affected, he felt compelled to clarify its position because of certain matters that was now in public. Among the clarification were the issues of non-payment as claimed by MWH. Hutchinson says FRA has already paid MWH Fijian $6 million for 2016 and that MWH has refused to provide proper substantiation for payment claims of almost Fijian $20 million for work done so far in 2016. He says FRA remains committed to paying MWH all substantiated claims for payments and that they have been informed accordingly. The chief executive has also rejected statement in New Zealand by Mark Brozo of MWH that they have been negotiating with FRA to resolve the dispute. MWH's only stance, according to Hutchinson, has been the refusal to provide the required substantiation and to demand that payment of its entire claim to be made merely on its so-say. Hutchinson has reiterated that FRA will hold MWH accountable under the contract and will pursue to its fullest extent of the legal rights available to FRA under the contract and the law. He also says that attempts by Brozo to link the deportation of 2 MWH employees to the contractual dispute with FRA is factually incorrect, as this is a sole decision of the government. The FRA is in the process of determining which function previously delivered by MWH can be best performed in-house and which can be best delivered by external providers. He adds the FRA is committed to sound governance, ethical behavior, achieving value for money, safe, effective and efficient service delivery with all activities carried out in accordance with the law. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
Flight disruptions were experienced today at the Nosori Airport due to the unsettled surface at the airport runway. A statement from Airports Fiji Limited says a sealant applied last night could not dry within the 30 minutes specified and that precautionary measures had to be taken to close the airport runway. The statement says flight disruptions were expected for mainly B737 and ATRs. Meanwhile, a statement from Fiji Airways says customers affected include those travelling from Suva to Sydney, Port Vila and Lambasa. A number of inbound flights from Lambasa to Suva were transferred to Nadi and diverted customers would be transferred to Suva by road. Fiji Airways and Fiji Link are transferring affected customers travelling to Sydney and Port Vila to Nadi by road, where they will be put on subsequent services to their destinations. The Consumer Council of Fiji is warning consumers to avoid spending money on unsubstantiated medicinal products that have claims of therapeutic benefits. This is after the council received 3 complaints against a therapist in Lambasa who is alleged to have provided people with suspicious medication. Pranita Prakash with the details.
These are the medications allegedly provided by the therapist in Lambasa, unlabeled capsules and unknown locally produced liquid concoction in a water bottle.
Our concern is that the way the medication has been dispensed, there is no labels, nothing. They've used a water bottle and there is some dirty looking mucky liquid in it, and similarly in a small plastic bag they've put some medication in it and they're just giving it out to the patient. This is not done free. They're charging $50 per person. $25 is for consultation and $25 is for medication.
Prabhavati, a diabetic, visited the therapist in June. A few days later, she ended up being admitted at the Lambasa hospital.
A few days after I returned from the therapist, my hands started to swell and it filled with pus. That's when we decided to go to the hospital in Lambasa. The doctor told me that they had to operate on my hand, so they did in 2 places. I'm okay now, but my hand is still not functioning properly.
Investigation by the Consumer Council of Fiji have found that the therapist and the company involved is operating illegally.
We have conducted our investigation and we have found that this particular business is not licensed by the Fiji Medicinal Board. You know, Fiji Medicinal Board, they license any business that claims therapeutic benefits, and this is one business that also claims that they can treat and cure. Unfortunately, they are not registered.
The council has referred the matter to Commerce Commission and the Fiji Medicinal Board. In the meantime, the advice from the council as well as from Mrs. Vati is to seek professional medical advice if you are sick. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
All FEA power lines that were destroyed by TC Winston has been repaired. Chief Executive Hasmukh Patel says FEA teams worked simultaneously on the transmission, sub-transmission and distribution lines in multiple areas in order to restore power supply. Temporary pole structures have been constructed in place of fallen towers, and tenders will be called for the design and construction of new steel lattice towers. More than 600 personnel were directly involved in the repair and restoration efforts, including FEA personnel, local electrical contractors, casuals, 15 New Zealand linesmen, and a 6-member team from Tonga. The Energy Network Association of Australia also provided specialised pre-owned heavy equipment vehicles valued at more than $600,000. Discussions are underway to have a direct flight between Fiji and China. This is to capitalise on the notable increase in visitor arrivals from China and the Asian region over the past few years. Rachel Nath tells us more.
The acting Prime Minister A.R. Syed Kayum has confirmed to FBC News that Fiji Airways for some time now has been interested in flying directly into Beijing. However, he says this can only happen once an air service agreement is put into place.
We have to ensure that when we do sign air services agreements, that it does not in any way has the potential to undermine our national carrier. Because for a country like Fiji that is, of course, in the middle of the Southern Pacific Ocean, and has tourism as its major contributor to GDP, that Fiji has some control and indeed has a financially viable national carrier.
He stressed as long as Fiji's national carrier is protected, Fiji is open to fly to other destinations.
Fiji Airways has been talking to Jet Airways, and Jet Airways, as you know, is an Indian carrier, and they are, of course, then subsequent to the MOU being signed, they have entered into a commercial arrangement with Fiji Airways.
The Chinese government is also hoping this agreement is settled as soon as possible, as this would benefit both the nations.
We had a preliminary agreement signed in 1997, and now we have agreed in principle that a direct flight will be established, but we need to work out some details. So I think we are at the stage of working out some details.
The national carrier currently has direct flights to Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, Hong Kong, America and the South Pacific region through its Fiji Link services. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
Still to come on FBC News, FHL records $22 million profit. And find out who is our successful Fijian for this week. Stay with us.
And Bula FM number 2 na share.
Iyo Bula bina tangu epeli untuk taliten na parang Bula FM na bu.
Number 2 tinangan ng Bula FM na usur. Bula FM number 2 na share.
Bula siya kuni ba lambasa na ko bila Fbctv Bula FM number 2 na share. Talita itu ngai lambas.
Bula FM number 2 na share.
Welcome back here with FBC News. An earthquake with magnitude 6.8 occurred 3 kilometers southwest of Vatoa Island today. However, according to the Mineral Resources Department, the earthquake did not pose any immediate threat to the Fiji region. The tremors were felt around 9:28 a.m. The Fijian Holdings Limited Group has achieved a $22 million profit for this financial year. According to Group Chief Executive Nozab Farid, the profit has given them a 66% growth.
The 2016 financial year performance for FHL Group has been the best in the past 23 years of operations. The profit noted was not through sale of entities, but was purely based on organic growth.
We give huge dividends. In terms of dividends, this year we have given $7.2 million as dividend to our shareholders. So we got a pretty highly satisfied shareholders.
Meanwhile, the FHL 17-story complex is expected to commence construction in March. The project is estimated to cost $44 million.
If all goes well, you will be able to watch movies before Christmas in Anakasi, and Latoka also maybe most probably in late December or early January. Both we are investing close to 5 million plus.
The FHL Group includes 10 subsidiaries and is also a listed company with the South Pacific Stock Exchange. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
In tonight's segment of Successful Fijian, we take a look at a man who played a pivotal role in allowing our Sevens Gladiators to bring back gold from the Rio Olympics this year. He isn't Ben Ryan and he isn't Captain Courageous, as many of us have grown used to seeing on telly. Tonight, we meet the man responsible for the fitness of our victorious gold medalist, team trainer Nathaniele the Wanimbuka. Natha, as he is fondly known among friends and family, spoke to FBC journalist Savara Tambua. Here's the story.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Somewhat camera shy, Nathaniele the Wanimbuka comes from a family of 3 and hails from the beautiful island of Kanda, out like most other young Fijian, with a dream to don the national jumper and be a successful rugger like the many heroes before him.
Played club football, club rugby, and also represented Fiji for a few of the legs of the IRB Sevens back in the 2000-2001 series. Went into high school teaching, so I taught a little bit. That played the Commonwealth Youth Games in Melbourne 2004. And interesting, we won bronze in that tournament. We lost Australia in the semi-finals. And then I ventured into the field of strength and conditioning, and was blessed to be called into the 2007 World Cup preparation, and I've never looked back, and you know, about 9 years later I'm still here.
Modest in nature, this young lad from the south was recruited following the high injury count recorded with the national sevens side in 2001 after the Hong Kong and Shanghai tournaments. Called in as a replacement, Natha, who describes himself as a tactical athlete, grabbed the opportunity with both hands and never looked back.
Rugby has always been there for me from my younger days. I remember back when I was in high school, my dad used to try and take me into athletics training. It's quite tough, and I lost interest pretty quick. So rugby really was on my top priority list. So I ventured into the field of rugby. Obviously, like any other rugby player out there, I had high hopes in what I could achieve. But we make plans, but things turn out the other way later on in our lives. And here I am in a coaching capacity, still helping out with athletes become the best they can be on the world stage.
His priorities are in check. Apart from his goal to become a teacher, his life revolves around the 2 R's, rugby and religion.
I do a lot of that. And that I could say is a source of my strength. Lots of reading. Scripture has been my backbone. And also, my family and the prayers that I get to support me in this role that I've been doing for the last 9 years. And then also I have my church, or my ecclesia, we call it, and their support as well in their prayers. So yes, I confidently say that, God has been a big part of my journey.
Tawanimbuka has completed a Bachelor in Sports Science and has also attained a diploma in teaching. Sports Science has taken him around the world, something he is grateful for.
And currently I'm also completing my master's research based around what we've done in the last 3 to 4 years and the Olympic journey. So that's something that hopefully is something key and a blueprint that Fiji Rugby and other sports can learn from to replicate success and keep it rolling.
He believes that the skills he has been blessed with and the knowledge and experience is not just limited to rugby alone. When questioned on the recipe for his success, Tawanimbuka was happy to share.
Success is like medication, and Ben said it last year after we won the Hong Kong Sevens. Once you've tasted success, it's a powerful elixir, and you don't want to let go of it. So success builds momentum, but before success comes, obviously there's a lot of hard work.
And relaxation with family and friends. Sabira Tambua, FBC News.
Successful Fijians was brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Coming up in sports, history created on the car racing tracks. And Suva suffers first league defeat of the season at the hands of Ba. This and more coming up.
मैं जुगेन नबील तालिब से रेडियो फीजी 2 24 घंटे में मेरे साथ साथ रहता है।
हम मंगेरी ताउका के ललित से हमारे दिल में और दिमाग में खाली रेडियो फीजी 2 है और सभी भाइयों से आग्रह करते हैं कि रेडियो फीजी 2 सुनना चाहिए।
मेरा नाम अभिनेश है, मैं निंदी का रहने वाला हूँ। मैं सभी समय रेडियो फीजी 2 सुनता हूँ क्योंकि उसमें आईना प्रोग्राम रहता है।
हाय, मैं उमेश नसासा नाबुआ से। मैं जब भी सुना रेडियो फीजी 2 सुना। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
Welcome to FBC Sports. The Fiji Rugby Union has named a 30-member Vodafone Fiji Sevens extended squad for the first leg of the World Sevens series. The squad will go through a fitness and screen test early next week. Ose Kolinisao, Apisayan Domalai, Jerry Tuwai, Chasa Verimalua, Kitione Talinga and Masivesi Dakuanga have been retained from the Olympic squad. Other seasonal players are Amenoni Nasilasila, Alifereti Veitokani, Emosi Mulevoro, Joshua Vidi, Pio Tuwai, Sevoloni Modena Dangi and Nemani Nangusa. The team is expected to move into camp next month. Meanwhile, the application for the Sevens coach job closes next Friday. And for the first time in 15 years, Fiji's car racing champion Ravi Nath was defeated today. Coming out on top at the Pacific Energy quarter-mile drag in Pacific Harbour today was Ravi Naya. Rohit Deo was at the race today and files this report.
This run that created the biggest upset on the tracks today. Ravi Nair clocking a time of 10.29 seconds. Sponsor Pacific Energy was pleased with what they saw today.
I want to sponsor the Fiji Sports Car Club and to promote safe driving in Fiji because we know that everyone loves to drive fast and this is one where you can do it safely.
The timings recorded on the tracks these days is not too far from the 9.5 seconds record of Ravi Nath back in 2012. The Fiji Car Club is predicting that the day is not far when this record may be broken.
We always say that the four-cylinder cars will take over the V8s very soon. It's happening already. Today I'm almost seeing that his personal best of 11.10. I think it's a very good time. It's about time that four cylinders comes out of numbers now.
The next race on the calendar is on the third Sunday of next month. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
The Fiji Under-17 Regional Academy defeated Australia's Thornling Thunder football team 7-0 in Suva today. While the result may seem pleasing, the Fijian team is looking ahead towards more exposure, playing against overseas teams.
The maximum time they could have touched the ball was 3 touches.
Giving clear instructions of what is expected from his team, The Shalin Lal coach side was impressive playing against their first overseas opponent.
A good display of football, I would say. I think whatever their boys we have talked in camp, they are following. And I guess whatever was done in the training and the preparations, I think it's giving fruit in this game now.
Lal adds the players need more overseas exposure against quality opponents ahead of next year's OFC Championships.
I think match fitness is one of the biggest requirements when we go in the competitions that is in Oceania. I would say we need more build-up matches and with tougher opponents so that we can see what are our weaknesses and we can prepare well before we actually go for the Under-17 qualifiers.
The OFC Championships will be held in Tahiti in February next year. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
The Police Sharks Rugby League team made history yesterday after winning its first Vodafone Cup title. The side defeated Rasburanitu Cowboys 18-10 in the final, and Sharks captain Jim Patrick thanked his team for the dedication and hard work throughout the season.
The win today is we feel blessed that we come to the final, we ended with a win. So I give thanks to the boys for their working hard. It's a paid off today. Even though it's the first time we reached the final, and we just calm ourselves down so we don't keep ourselves pressed all the time.
Meanwhile, the Cowboys walked with $1,000. And the Bar football side has defeated Suva 2-1 in the Vodafone Premier League today. Solawanga and Samuela Nambenia scored for the Men in Black. Suva's lone goal was scored by Felipe Mbaravilala. This is Suva's first loss in the competition. Bar now leads the points table with 16 points, while Lautoka is second with 14, with Suva following on 13 points. And here are the goals.
To Samuel Nambenia looking for Solawanga. Solawanga with a chance, and Solawanga in the 3rd minute of play has put Bar up by 1-0. Taking their time, floats it high and hits across Bar, and Felipe Mbaravilala has equalized in the 41st minute of play. Back as Bar keep the pressure again. Meli Dondro on the broadcast side comes in with a cross, and Mawa Samuela Nambenia following through in the 42nd minute of play.
In another match played today, Rewa defeated Draketi 4-2. Joseph Mishra scored twice, while Tevita Waranivalu and Bruce Hughes scored a goal each. Sanaila Wangani Dakau and Abhinesh Chan scored a goal each for Draketi. The Manchester United football side got to winning ways in the English Premier League, securing a 4-1 win over Leicester City today. Fine weather was experienced right across the country today, with a few cloudy periods for the capital and for Savusavu this afternoon. Lambasa refuses to lose its lead on the temperature chart, although Bar recorded the same temperature of 31 degrees today. Suva and Savusavu both recorded the lowest at 29. Now, the same weather is expected for tomorrow, with chances of afternoon showers in Suva and Savusavu. The warm and sunny weather should continue on to Monday. At sea, southerly winds 15 to 20 knots and moderate to rough seas are expected. Recapping the headlines. Fiji Roads Authority breaks silence on contractual dispute with MWH. Consumer Council warns against fake therapists. And negotiations on for direct Fiji to China flight. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. This week's poll question. And we ask, should the new Denarau Bridge be named the Olympic Bridge? To answer, visit our FBC website. Thank you for joining us. I'm Amrita Priyadarshini. This is FBC News. Good night.
Yandra! I love listening to Gold FM at Golden Point Resort. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hola, my name is General from Fbctv. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic.
I'm Moses from Valeu. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Marida Manako. I'm from Kandavu. I like listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Tilipa from Tabor Town. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.